ओके नो प्रॉब्लम। ओके ठीक है, मैं अभी ना दोबारा से शुरू करता हूँ, ठीक है। एंड आई विल टर्न ऑन द माइक आफ्टर एवरी 1 or 2 minutes, ओके, सो दैट इफ देयर इज एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क, ओके। ओके एवरीवन?
Yes.
Okay, starting with the basic thing, that is one which we have the data for, like I will be working on this Northwind database. This will be available online also, and I will be providing the backup of this database so that we can restore. All the queries will be performed over this database. Why? The thing is, this is database provided by Microsoft, and it is you can say perfect for like learning the basic queries and all. So before starting that, let me show you few things what we have in data. So now this is a simple data set of, like, we have product and the category of that product. Now this data seems okay, but the thing is, there is one problem which we call as redundancy. The thing is, if you see, the data is repeating again and again for each category. Why I am showing you this is because whenever you are working on any online database or any database provided by any company, the thing is, data will not be in this shape. So the thing is, you have to make this shape from the data which they provide. So the data which the term I am using is, that is normalization. The data which will be provided by all companies will be normalized data. Means it will be broken up into the pieces. So you have to assemble it to get into this form. So the thing is, this data has one problem: it has duplicate values. So one thing from this data I can find is, I should not be repeating each category for each product again and again. So again and again, so that it should cause any like database size growth and all. So this is the problem we face all the time. So there is the term which I told, normalization. This is a basic term. This shows how we can break the data into the tables. So how? Okay, let us look into the basic common perception. One more thing. So now this is category and product, and suppose there is one more field, that is category description. I want to have it. So there is a description field. Now along with the category, this description field is also repeating. So suppose if tomorrow I have to add 10 more fields, so it will repeat with each product, and it will cause redundancy. Okay. Any questions so far? Basically, like, what is redundancy and what is normalization? Okay. Okay, now I will show you how the normalization work. Now instead of having the data duplicate every field, we have to get one basic thing. We will provide one ID to each category name and description. So instead of using this complete value, I will be using this ID instead to denote it. So how my data will be represented as, this will be a product ID, this is a product name, and I will write only the category ID in front of it. Now what this help in is, first of all, no redundancy, no duplication of data. Second, the thing is, if tomorrow my category spelling has to be changed, like I want this chai to be chai ABC, then I don't have to change it everywhere. I will just change it into one place. I will change it here, and then the same thing will reflect everywhere, because this category ID I am following. So even if the spelling is changed here for my category, like ABC, then also this one refers to this product, and this product refers to this category 1, and now the original, like, latest category name is this one. So there is no redundancy. Also we can have the consistency. Why? Because if in the previous case I have to update this beverages to beverages ABC, then I have to update into this 12 places. Instead I can do it at once, and I can refer it by ID. So this is one of the basic structure used by all the organization, and this breaking of data is called as normalization. There are different forms to it, but there is one form which is globally used, that is 3NF, that is called as third normal form. We won't be going into deep what are the normal forms and all, but the thing is, this breaking of data by referring the main data by its ID is called as normalization. So this is very common, you will find in all databases, and on basically on normalized data only you have to retrieve the data. Okay, so turning on your mic. Any questions so far? Hello? Any questions so far? Yeah, I can hear you.
This is something very new for me. Like I'm not from the IT side.
Yeah.
So how actually data is being organized by you? If you can just throw some light on it, so it will help me to know.
Yeah. I will show you the live database, this Northwind database I told. Just right now I want to explain like how data is broken by using ID instead of writing the original values everywhere. So is there any question so far in this one, like why we are using ID? Gaurav? Hello? Hello? Gaurav? Yeah, is there any question on this, like why we used ID instead of the name, original name?
It sounds good. ID makes it more logical.
Yeah, more logical. Yeah, okay. So now I will show you how you will work into the SQL Server. The one part which I won't be covering is how to install it. The reason is on YouTube you can find direct video. I will share the video also, and I will share the steps also, how to install and all, because this video you can watch easily, and how to install the server. The basic thing now I will start with the how to restore the database and how to query it, because that is the main like logic for our lecture. Otherwise half of the hours will like half of the time will spent only in installation. So I will show you how after installation SQL Server looks like and how we will use it. So tell me if you are able to see my screen. This is a virtual machine, so I will be working on this one.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. So basically once you install the SQL Server, it will have this SQL Management Studio. So this Management Studio you require to use the SQL Server. So this Management Studio is nothing, just a window where you have all the controls to play with the database. So in the installation they will show you how to install this Management Studio and SQL Server, and if you have any problem then I can individually help you by remotely connecting your system. So that is not the issue. The thing is, once installed we have to connect the SQL Server. So whenever you will open the Management Studio, it will show you this like window, and here you have to connect to the server. So this all details like how to connect and which like how to install will be covered into the video. So I will be showing you like I will be helping you with that also if video doesn't help you. So now our part start for this lecture is what we will do after installation. Okay, now as I told you, we will be working on one database named Northwind. So I will be sharing one backup with you all, and backup file is just northwind.bak file. So you will be using this backup file and how to restore it. Once connecting the server, you see these folders kind of icons. You have to click on these databases, right click, restore database, select the device. Once you click on this device, browse it and browse any folder where you have put this backup file. So you just have to double click on this, and here it will show, and press OK. So these are the basic steps of how you will restore the database, and these are very simple, like nothing like no rocket science, just simple. So once you okay, let me ask I think Abhishek, you have muted yourself. Any question, Abhishek? Okay. Okay, so this was like just how to restore the database. Now the main thing start is how to work on the database. So for that you have to right click and click on the new query icon. So this will be the query window. Now one more thing about SQL is structured query language. So this is common across Oracle, DB2, SQL Server, MySQL. all that, and etc. Now what is this SQL is? It is structured query language. Basically it is one high level language. Now what this high level language means, see, there are two basic. One is like machine language, high level language. Machine language is like which we cannot understand by looking into it. High level is once you read it, it will make meaning to you. That I will show you how this SQL is meaningful when we write it on the white paper. Now the thing is, SQL remain common across all the databases. So once you learn SQL for SQL Server for Microsoft, it will apply same on Oracle and on MySQL. The difference can be there can be minute changes into the functions, but the way it is queried, it will the same. So if today you are working on SQL Server and tomorrow you have to get the data from Oracle, you just need to know how to connect the Oracle, but you will be able to get the data because how the query is done is same for all the databases. So now before starting it, I will show you the diagram of the database, how it works. Basically diagram is like how data is broken into the pieces, into different tables. So I showed you in the beginning. Okay, in the beginning I showed you like categories table is connected with the product table with the ID. So now we have one category table. Now this category table is having one category ID. Now when I am mentioning the product, like when I am doing entries of product into the product table, what I need to do is I will be adding the product detail, but instead of using category name or description or picture, I will be using just one field, that is category ID, which I showed you that in Excel. Like with the ID we can refer the data. So we will start with these basic two tables and then we will jump onto the next part of the everything, like all the tables within the database. So now it is very simple to write a SQL statement. The thing I told you, it is a high level language because it makes the meaning. Now I will show you how. Okay, now this is the table. Now the thing is, you want to get the data, or we can change the phrases and I can say you want to select the data from the table. Now what you have to do is you want to select. So you want to say select, I want to select. Now the question for the server is what you want to select. So instead of writing the names of the columns and all, you can just directly say star. Star is a wildcard. Wildcard means everything. I want to select everything. Now the SQL Server need from where to select. So just write from. Like SQL Server, you are saying to SQL select everything from. Now from is the table name. So you can drag drop also that name, or you can just type categories. Once you type it, you have to select the query and click on this execute, and it will get you the data. So it is very basic thing, like how to get all data from the table. What you have to do is you have to say select. The second question is what to select. You have said star, means you want to select everything, and then from where to select, that is categories. So this is what high level language means when we talk about SQL Server. So all queries will make sense when you read it, because these are general English phrases just broken up with a space in them. So any questions so far? Abhishek, Gaurav, Paranjana? Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now the question comes, I showed you the diagram. The thing is, product is broken into the separate table. It is not along with the categories. Just one thing is linking both of them, is this category ID. Now if I want to see the products table, I will say select. Again question comes, what? I say yes, everything. Then I will say I want to select products. Right click, home, execute. Now it showed me what are the columns and the data within the product table, all the products, it came to me. Now getting all data won't solve our problem, because I want to see category name along with the product name. So there are two basic steps of doing it in SQL Server. This one is you can use query builder. You don't have to write any query, but that won't be the like preferred approach when you are learning it, but you can use it. It is a quick solution. What you have to do is select the query, right click on it. There is a query designer, basically design query in editor. Once you click on this, it will show you all the columns which you want to say. If you want to unselect anyone, so it will unselect it from here. And also you want to add the category table. Basically you want the category name along with the product. You just need to double click over it. What I did was wait a second. What I did is right click on it, add tables, categories. Now you can see there is one link in between both the table. Now if I select category name and I click OK, it wrote a big query in front of me. But if I will execute this query by selecting it, it will give me the category name which associate with this product name. So this was one feature of query builder, which generally we won't be using it. So this is just to demonstrate how you can use the query builder. If now you want to edit, you just select the part of the query, right click again, query designer, and here you can add or remove any columns, whatever you want to do with this one. So this is the basic how the query works in this one. Now coming to a writing part, like now we have to write the queries. Now how I want to write is, I don't want to select everything from the categories table, but I just need the category name. So instead of using star, I will say category name I want. Second, I want description of that category, so I will type it list. I will select run. So now I just get two columns instead of querying all the columns. Now one more thing, whenever you see this blue color around anything, means this is a keyword. So description is a column name in the category, no doubt, but SQL Server has a conflict, like this description is one, you can say, is conflicting with me with some keyword which SQL Server internally have. So how to fix that one is just put square bracket around. It won't give error here, but sometimes in execution keyword cause trouble when the people have the key like column name, password, key, username, so there is a conflict. So how you can fix this? By just putting square bracket. Now it clearly tells to SQL Server like this is a column name, instead you should not be associating with any keyword. So this is how you can query just selected column from the table. Now the question comes, I want to get the product of these categories also. So how I will do is, now I told to SQL Server select for me the category name and description, and from categories table I told to SQL Server. Now the thing is, I want to say SQL Server, these are the two tables, I want to join them. So I will write just join, and the table name is products simply. And now SQL Server want to know on what basis we are joining these products. So I will say on basis of categories dot category name equal to products dot category name, because this product table also have the category ID. So I will say category ID. Sorry, I was saying category name, but it is category ID. So what I said to SQL Server, I want to select category name and description from category, but I want to join it with the products, and on the basis of where category ID of category table should match the category ID of the product table, and I want to get product name also. So now if I execute, now what happens is, it will get me the category, it will get me the description, along with that it will get me the product name from the product tables. So this is how simple it is to write join. Join is like joining two tables on the basis of the common column in between. Any questions in this one? Yeah. Yeah, tell me. Yeah.
Is there any syntax that we have to follow?
Yes, the way I am writing the query is the syntax itself. The query need to start with select, then you have to tell SQL Server what to select, then you have to tell SQL Server from where to select, and if there is any join associated, you have to tell like join with the certain table on this condition. So this is one syntax which will be common for Oracle, MySQL and every other database platform. Okay, now tell me.
Okay, one thing I want to know that you have that you wrote that every dot category ID.
Hmm.
Is this dot similar to dollar sign which we use?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is similar to the dollar sign which we use into our. One more thing, let us remove this categories and table name which we had in front of this product and category. So if I run the query, it will give me the error. The error is ambiguous. The thing is, this category ID column exists in categories table also and product tables also. So SQL Server is not able to figure it out like which category ID I am asking it to. So I will say I want product category ID, join it with the categories category ID. Now SQL Server knows like which column has to join with which one, and then the join will work and the query will come out. So any question on this? Yeah. Okay.
Prayesh, I'm going with you. Like, it's for the first time
Yeah.
I'm watching this thing. It's good. The sounds good to me. Just trying to get a feel on the subject. So you can continue.
Okay. Okay. Now one thing, this is very simple, like how we are getting the data. Now thing is, we want to perform some action on the data. Suppose now the data seems to be unordered to me. I want to get it in order. What can be the order one? So I want it to be like, I want to order this by category name. So if I will say this, so it will automatically order it into the ascending order to me for all the categories. For getting into the descending order, I will say descending. Now if we see, it got me the category name and got me the product by filtering, ordering it by category ID, category name, but my product name are still messed up because I see C after G and then S, then again C. So I want the product name also to be ordered. So I will say just comma product name and I will select. So now if you see, my product are also ordered. Now in SQL, see why SQL is necessary, why we cannot do everything in R. The thing is, R is more on analytical side, it is not on like data filtration side. Now one example of it is, there is no date type in the R. So if you have a chunk of data and you want to filter it by date, like you want to get data in between Jan to Feb, then it is very difficult to do it. Second, ordering it is not that easy. In here it seems very easy because we are just typing everything in flow. Also you cannot join to table in R directly. Now data in real world, you will get into this form. Data will be broken into different tables because they want to reduce the data size. No one has the infinite storage, so they had to break the data. So once data is broken, so they have to get the data after joining them. So in R, joining is also not possible. So the thing is, in R, data has to come from SQL Server, then R processes it. So that is one thing which R is great in, processing the data, but getting the data is one part which SQL Server has to do, or Oracle or anyone. Yeah.
Just one question.
Yeah.
Normally, once you get the data, like say you have 4-5 data sets,
Yeah.
and once you bring it together, you join the table. Data is in table format, and you bring it together.
Yeah.
Now, what will be the output in which R can read it? Normally, what is the output for us?
See one thing, R read data in the form of data frames, which generally we use. Okay. Now one thing why I came up with this SQL Server today is, first of all, Microsoft came up with R services directly. So in SQL 2016 there is R services where we can directly relate our query with the R. So directly data will get exported into the R and then we can play with it. And second,
And now, SQL, the background data is in which format?
it is all binary, so you cannot check into the back side. You can just check it through this management studio. But now you want to export the data. That is the basic one thing which you want to do. So what you have to do is right click, task, export data. This is the query which you want to export. Next, data source, it will connect to your, basically here the thing is it is data source, like the source connection. So you will select the SQL Server here. You will tell, I think if I'm writing right password, okay, wait a second. So once this is done, you have to select flat file destination. Now once it is flat file, you have to just give one name, document ABC, CSV, select the CSV, open. Next, you want to write a query or you want to write a table, so you want to say write a query to specify the data. Copy paste your query. Next, next, finish. I think some error is there, maybe some permission issue, but the thing is it is very simple to do that. I will show you the few output of this query. So I have this categories table already exported into this one. So the thing is this is virtual machine, so permission issues can come, but the thing is we can directly export the data into the like CSV format and all, which we can later read into the R and start processing the data. But it is same like right click on this one, task, export. This virtual machine has a little bit you can say security settings, and also that's why it doesn't, sometimes it give error. But the thing is that's very simple, right click, export. So it's pretty simple on this one. So I think let me check what happened there. No, I think some problem is there with the settings, security settings and all. But do I clear the, yeah? Okay, so it is not that like complicated how to get the data, so like export the data into any CSV file. So now we were on like how to order the data. So now the thing is order by help us into this one. Now I can say I want to order the data with the category name ascending, but I want product name to be descending in the order. So just by using this DESC I am able to do it. Now I will show you few functions which SQL Server provide. Now suppose you want to generate a 2-character code for each category, and that code will be first 2 character of the category. Now means you want to get first 2 character from the category name. So how you will do it? There are functions provided by SQL Server like substring. Now the substring, when you put the bracket, it will say column name, expression is the column name. I will copy paste. I will say I want to select now if you okay, now let me show you once more time. So the first parameter of this function is expression, second parameter is starting position, and then length of the data which I want to select. So I said I want to select from category, then I want to select from first position, and I want to select first 2 characters, comma, and if I will run, it will give me the first 2 characters of each category. Now the thing is, if you see here, the column name of category name is coming as category name, but the moment we apply a, you can say, substring function, the output has no column name. Now when you are exporting any data into CSV or something, there must be a column name, otherwise data will be like messed up in the when you are reading in R or Excel. So how you have to give the column name is, there is one syntax for giving a column name, that is as, and then we have to say cat code or whatever we want to do. So what it will do is, we are saying execute this expression or a function and get the output and give the column name cat code. If I just run it, now the column name will be the cat code. So now we can export into the CSV. Also one more thing, now we have this category name. Now suppose you don't like the category name as a heading, you want just category as a on the top, so you can say as category. So here you are just renaming the column. This thing we can do in R also, no doubt, but the thing is, just for the sake of lecture, like what are the syntax, what you can do with the data, I have to cover all of these. So now with as thing, you can rename, or you can say give the change the output. Now once we are doing this, there is no change in the column name within the table. If you see in the table, the column name remains same. So these queries do action on the data, but it will not reflect directly back into the table. So this is just selection of data. So how I just got first two character is using this substring method. Now this substring, there are other methods also which we can use, like if I want to convert this category name into an uppercase, so there is a method name upper. So here you can see uppercase. So suppose I want to do one more thing, I want to convert this first two codes into the uppercase, then I will write upper and I will pass this complete function to this upper, and what it will do is it will convert code into the capital letters. So like this upper, we have lower also, so I can convert into the lowercase also. Now as we have this substring, there are other methods also, like okay, one more thing, I will come with the other tables, we will come up with all other functions also, so I will show you. Now one more thing, suppose you want to select today date. So in SQL Server there is function named getDate. So you can execute it individually, because now we are not having this from and all, because we are getting date from the SQL Server. So we'll say select date, and once I execute, it will get me the date. So if I want this date with all the fields, so I can put comma, put this get function, and I will say today date. Also, why this square brackets? Because I have space in it, so I have to give the square bracket so that SQL Server treat these as a starting and ending of the column name. So if I execute, now the today date will come with all the records. So this is how simply you can get dates and all, you can play with them. There are functions for performing actions on date, that I will also cover. Now suppose now you want to generate a row number. Now you see this 1 2 3 4 in front of this one, but this is now the row number, because if you copy the data and put it into a notepad, then this 1 2 3 4 will not come. So this is just for a UI thing, but you want the row number with data instead. So how you will do is, there is a function named row number. And once we have to give the row number, we have to tell over what we want row numbers. So this is the syntax of this row number, so I cannot change it, so we have to use it like this only. And over we will say order by category ID. Now if I will execute this, so okay, categories dot category ID, the same ambiguity thing. So now if you see, the row numbers are coming, but they are pretty mess up, back and forth they are coming, so they are not in a sequence. So now instead of doing this by this one, I will say I want order by row number. So I can say, I can give this field as a name, row num, and I will say instead order by row number. Now you can see the data is pretty much ordered, and it is in the row, we have this row number also. Now if I try to copy and paste it in this one, now we can see the row number with all the dates. Now let us play with more on this row number. Now suppose you want to have the row number, that's okay, but you want to start row number again from 1 whenever new category come. So for beverages 1 to 12 it gave. So the moment it's the condiments category started, we want row number to reset again to 1, so that each category should have its row number. Okay, so how I will do it? So now you see order by category ID. Okay, now I have to change this one. I will say products dot product ID. Why I am saying product ID is because I want to start the row number again, but it should be order on the base of product ID. because I want to give row number again and again whenever a new category come, and the row number will be given to the product instead. And I will say partition by, now because why we are using partition is because I want to say it whenever a new category arise, create a new partition and start getting me data again from the one, and that one should be based on the product ID. Like the lower product ID will be given 1, then next one will be given 2 and all. So if I now execute, wait a second, okay, I think I mess up one place. Okay, oh sorry, I'll say order by categories dot category name. Okay, now if you see here, what happens is when the beverages category is there, so we have the row number from 1 to 12. The moment next category started, it again started giving 1, like row number from 1. So again, like for confections, we have the row number started again, for dairy product the same. So this way what we are doing is we are getting the data, giving them row number, and every time a new category comes, we are renumbering all the all the products within that category. So till now, any question? See, it could be messy in the first day to learn all of these row number, uppercase, lowercase and all, but the thing is these are very common things, and when you start working with the data on SQL Server, you need to know all of these, because post you want to do this same thing on like you want to like give the row number to each record along with the category on the base of category in R, then it is a difficult. You because you have to then write a tapply or other functions which you will be applying through tapply whenever the category is coming, so you need to write a logic for that. So in SQL there is direct of like this row number thing which you can directly use, and you can partition it also, like whenever the new category starts, again start the renumbering all the records and all. So it's very easy in SQL. So that's why some pre-processing need to be done on SQL side also. That's why in the job they need people to know SQL also and R also for the data science thing, because they don't want the person to be dependent upon all the time to the developer, like get me the data, get me the data. So once they know how to write the SQL, so they know how to pre-process the data in SQL and then get the better format, put it in R and then analyze it. So any questions so far in this one? Yeah. Yeah.
In SQL, how can we perform subset function if we want to extract a data related to a particular month or a particular week?
Okay.
So how?
Okay. One more thing. See, whenever we are working on SQL, which place this order by and on and other things come are predetermined. So these thing will go as a syntax. So the thing was first select, then column name and the function we want to do, and then we have to tell from the table, and then we have to tell the join on the basis of the condition. Now the things come is where there is one, I want to say SQL Server, I want to get the data where category name equal to beverages. So once this data is there, data will like come in single quotes. Only number and 1 or 0 like bit values can come directly, but when it comes to text and all, we have to mark it with the single quotes. Now if I select, now I have only data for beverages. Does that clear, Abhishek?
लेकिन अगर if we have to extract data regarding relating to a particular date, but date is in a generic format.
No, that I will show you. Basically, the tables, once we start referring to other tables, then that thing also will come. But the thing is, where is the clause? After where we will write the condition. So the condition you are talking about is on the base of date. On what I am doing is on the basis of this text. Doesn't matter. But the thing is, this is the place where condition will come. How the condition I will write, like we will write, that I will show you now. Okay. So in this, do you have any confusion, like why I write where and okay? So now let us come to the tables where data is more and we have to perform different operations. So these are the basic two tables. Why I want to do like perform is okay. One more thing, let us do one more you can say experiment with the data. Now we have this description field. So what I want to get is, I want to get the first data which comes before comma. We have this comma in between the text, like soft drinks comma, then coffees and all. So how I will do it, I need to first find this comma, what is the position of this comma, and rest I can do it with this substring. Okay, so I will say there is function name char index. So now the moment I start star, it said like expression and the value and the start location. The things will be like, I want to say description. Okay, I will mark it as square brackets, comma, I will say I want to find character, comma, and starting position 1, comma. Let us execute. Argument as invalid character. Wait a second, I think I will messed up here. Okay, now what it gave me is the comma at the last. Also I think there is a comma. Okay, no, it is on. So now what it gave me is, it said char index will get you the index, means the place when this comma came. It is giving the first comma, so it came on the 12th position. So I will write this substring function. Now if you remember, this substring has first the column name from where you want to extract the substring, also the starting position you said 1, and then you said like I want to select how many you can say characters, whatever is given by this char index, because I want to select till that one. So if I execute it, it will get me the subset of that small string. So what I did was, first I used char string to find at what position this comma is. Then I use just general substring function where I said like start selecting the data from first position and select till where the comma came, first comma came. Now we are able to see like this comma is coming. So if I want to remove, I will say this char index is returning me this value 1 2 3 4, like basically the number. So I will say select one less character, whatever the output has given. So now I can see I can get the you can say soft drink, that particular word, and also I can say I want to rename this as short description. So now if I execute, now it will rename it as a short description term. Okay, so this was one function I want to show, this char index, because these are very general function which we generally use every time. Row number, giving row number, partitioning, like repeating the row number whenever the new category or something arise. Then we have this char index to select sometimes the data and all. And also this char index can give error also if there is no comma. So there is best way of doing it is concat one comma at the end. Okay, I will show you this one also. Also one more thing, suppose this has a category name, you are getting the category name here, but you want to write something in front of the category. Suppose you want to write today in front of all the categories. So what you have to do is, you have to use plus operator. Plus is concatenation operator. So what you are saying is concat today space with category name. So if I will execute, so the data will come today beverages and all. So by this way you can concat directly some data to text and all. So this is also like how to concat the data. This is also one of the basic operation that we do. Any question on this one so far?
Sounds good.
Okay.
It will make data very handy.
Yeah, very handy. You can like see, pre-processing has to happen on our side, no doubt, like to prepare it. Yeah, data processing start with cleaning of data and all. So if once you can get the clean data from SQL Server, then you have to do less effort on R. That is one thing. And SQL is pretty good in it, like how to query data, and also better to utilize SQL.
Your data, then you're giving command, you can actually see how your data is getting.
Yeah.
That is getting that format or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yogesh, in the work, we have just say like in our market, say like the source of data which we generally analyze. One is the more copy that we get from anything. So long back I used So will it be possible? Can we do it through SQL?
Depends whether those all files follow the same format or not, but yes, what you can do is you can, okay, so then you can import them. Sorry, export I click. You can import also. Now import, you will select your like the first data source. Now I said CSV is my data source. It will take some time. Sometimes these virtual machines are very slow.
And in the meantime, tell me one more thing. Say every day more copy comes in, or data comes in on a daily basis. Like we planning what we did, data is available for a very short period of time. So can we train SQL in a way that it can keep on mining data
No.
on a regular basis?
No. See, whenever it comes to automation, you cannot do automation through SQL Server. Yes, what you can do is you can write one script which is doing that task, and then there is a SQL agent. Here we have a concept of creating jobs, and we have the concept of schedule also, creating schedule, like when it execute every 5 minutes or 10 minutes and all. So it depends upon how you write the script. So these jobs will repeat, so it will complete your task, whatever you want to do, like extract the data, put it in SQL, so that this will do. The thing is, but you need to write the script and logic for it, but you can schedule it in SQL Server, that it would automatically execute. Okay, and also you can have, yeah, didn't get you.
Can you do web scraping through using SQL, the SQL Server?
Web, didn't get.
Web scraping on key, say like if I want to analyze 20 news job leading newspapers.
Yeah.
And then I have to extract all words and then maybe
No.
just to get on.
No, that you cannot do, but there is a concept, but that will be really very advanced for you. That concept is basically full text search kind of thing. So what we do is there is a concept, basically if you want to create a search engine using SQL Server, so there is a concept named full text search. So SQL Server, you provide the article, it will create a search, and then you can make meaning out of the data in the SQL itself. But yeah, but the thing is that is really very advanced, and also very less knowledge is available on net over those. Currently also, last month also I was working on that only. So the thing is, yes, there are solutions, but you need to customize it, and also you need to compare where it is more easy to process the data, like what you said, like I want to select the data on the basis of keyword present into the article and all. So those things are difficult on the SQL side. So see, one technology is incomplete with the other. In Microsoft there is a concept of, like, we have Java in Oracle, we have .NET in Microsoft. So those custom codes need to be written in .NET, and that need to be integrated with SQL Server. Like .NET will do the pre-processing of data and put into SQL Server, and then you can use. So the thing is, what customization you are asking, that we need to discuss, and we have to see which tool is better to do that. Okay. Now let me give you a simple example. Okay. Suppose longitude, latitude, you know what is it? Okay, now suppose there is a longitude latitude in Delhi, and you want to measure a distance between other longitude latitude, and suppose that longitude latitude is in Chennai. Okay, so that thing, if you see, you will think like it cannot be done through SQL Server, but yes, you can do. There is a geography data type in SQL Server which do this for you. So there are the things, depending upon the requirement, you need to know first what SQL Server provide on that one. Once you know, like, yes, SQL Server is capable, then you can use SQL Server. If there is something which SQL Server is not provide, then you have to go for alternate. Okay, so that is the basic approach what we usually do. Okay, I am a programmer also, and I am a database administrator also, so I jump in between both the things. So whatever I want, so I can get. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let us start, come back to the topic. So now the thing was, we covered these two basic tables, that is category and product, and for sure in the world these are the very basic tables, so there will be tables which are bigger than these. So what are the tables which bigger than these is, so as I told you, this Northwind database is just a normal invoicing database, so means there will be some orders, there must be some products, there must be some customers also. So let us first look into the basic tables which we will be using now. So this is one table. And also one more thing, SQL is case insensitive, means lower case or upper case, whatever you are writing, it doesn't matter to SQL Server. Okay, so it will work. The R was case sensitive for us, like if this customer I want to do this C also as small, SQL Server will work. So SQL Server is not case sensitive, it is case insensitive. Okay, now this is my customer. Now which I told you, like why we break this category ID, this category and product table with using this category ID. You all know that concept, like we don't want the redundancy. Now if you see the bigger picture, in a company which are invoicing, a lot of information they are saving. Customer ID, customer name, contact number, title, address, city, region, postal code, city, phone number, fax, and all and all. Now the same thing applies to the orders table also. Suppose one customer placed 20 orders, so I cannot repeat all these details of the customer with each orders. So what I will do is I will refer order by customer ID, so that I can find which order belongs to which customer. And once I get the ID, I will go into this customer table and will say where customer ID equal to this, and I want to get the order that customer. So now you can see with customer ID I can link the order also, because this one column is common in between two tables. Got my point? Like just breaking doesn't happen in only these two tables, but in all the tables which are larger, where you see redundancy is a headache, then you have to break them in. Okay, now one more basic thing is each order can have multiple products. When you are going to the grocery shop or any shopping, you will be purchasing multiple products, so I cannot have multiple records of each order in one table. So I will certainly break it again into the order details table. Now what this order detail table and order has a common in, both have order ID. So there will be one record in the order table, and then we will say where order ID equal to from the one order which we want to select, and that will get me all the products placed in that order. So in this order we have only these three products. Got my point? So now see the breaking and how tables are connected from one to another. Now if you see your normal Flipkart or any like any e-commerce invoice, what it has: one, it has your name, your address, your phone number onto the invoice. Second, it has order ID, order date into that. Third, it has details of the product. Now the product here also, the product are not mentioned here, only product IDs are used. So to get the product information or name, we have to again refer to the products table, where product ID whatever is in the order. So this is how real world data is broken up into piece by piece, and what we did up here with 2 tables, we have to do it with the 4 tables now. Did you get is there any question on this one? Yeah. Okay, see, we are using join. First of all, to join the data, to interlink the tables, we need to use join. Now these joins have type, I will cover like how this join works, but the thing is we need to use join to get the data. Okay, the thing is that cbind, what cbind do is it concat to data set. Now suppose I have this A and I have this B, and I have say select C, comma D. Now if I will select these two, it will give me 2 output. Okay, now cbind and other bind do is you want to select combine the data into one output, so we'll say union all. So what it do is you will get 2 record together. So basically we have union function. There are 2 things, one is union and one is union all. So these both do the same task. The thing is union, if you are mentioning, then it will not repeat the duplicate one. So if you say this, so it will again give you only 2 records. But if you are saying union all, it doesn't matter to it, it will combine all. So the cbind and other thing we do with this union thing. But to concat to tables, because we cannot directly bind these two tables, because these two tables have nothing in common other than this customer ID. So in C bind we have condition, the column must match, okay, of the both data set. So here they are not matching up, we are just have to get the data, so that is only possible through join. Okay.
Then I have another question.
Yeah,
In R, when we used to do R bind and C bind, जो उनका matrix होता था, they must be same.
yeah.
So does it condition applies in SQL?
For union all, yes, for union when you are doing, yes, the column and data type should match. Now if you see, I changed this single quote B into 1. Now this 1 represent number in SQL. If I try to combine it now, it will give me the error, because it cannot combine this D with this 1. Either this one should be the character, if I just put it in single quotes, then it will work. So yes, those things work, common in SQL also, but these that C bind and other thing are union in SQL, not the joins. Joins will be different, because in joins we are not concatenating two output, but we are concatenating two table and getting one output. Okay, I will show you how. Now suppose this order is there, I want to get information about this order. Now this order tables just have category customer ID with it. Okay, now I want to get the customer who has placed this order. Okay, so I will say select order star from order, like everything from order, join it with customer. Okay, on the basis of orders dot customer ID equal to customer dot customer ID, and I will say I want to select order ID, I want to select customer name. I think customer name, it will not be there, it will be company name. Okay, let us see. So in the customer table we have company name instead of this customer name, so I will say select the company name. So now I got the order and the company name it belongs to. Now suppose I want to get other information also. So suppose I want to select order date, when the order was placed, date. Along with that, what was the freight? Basically freight is kind of amount thing. So I want to get this information, and also I want to get the phone number of customer. Why I directly type phone number instead of using this customer dot phone number is because only one column has the phone number name. Suppose I want to select the customer ID, then there is a problem, because it will say customer ID is common between two table, it is ambiguous, so please specifically tell me which customer ID. So I said customer dot customer ID, and now what I got is order name, order ID, company name, order date, freight, phone number and customer ID. So I got all this information. Now I want products also. And also one more thing, it is very difficult for me to write orders dot again and again, so I can give a small name to it, ORD, and I can give cust to this one. So instead of using complete customer, I will say ORD and cust directly. Okay, now also after this I want to say join orders with order details, because I want to know which are the product ordered into the this invoice. So I will say so now see ORD already given, so I have to say ORDD other name, and I will say on the basis of. Now if you see, what is the common between in these two tables is order ID. So I will say ORD dot order ID equals to ORDD dot order ID. Now if I will select okay, order ID where okay, so I have to say here also ORD. Now if I will select here also okay, now if I will select multi-part, okay, cust, we just gave that name also. Okay, now what it happened is it repeated my order for like record for 3 times. Now why it did 3 times? Because this order contains 3 product. Okay, so I want to select the product ID. Okay, so I will say ORDD dot product ID. Oh sorry, I placed it in the wrong place. it will go into select. If I just run, now I have the product ID. Now the thing is, product ID doesn't make sense to me. I want to get product name specifically. So again I will join it with the table product. I will give it name as prod, and also now you see here I mentioned as, but above I didn't mention as, and it worked. The thing is, SQL Server automatically knows like what this after like space it treat it as, but there is one standard, that is we need to use as operator. So I will say ordd dot product ID equal to product prod dot product ID, and I want to select product dot product name. So now see, okay, now see, to get just this simple data I have to write so many joins. What are these joins? First I got the orders, then I want to get the customer. Now customer information is in the customer table, so I have to join it with the customer ID, because that is the only common thing between two tables. Now the second thing is I want to get the product. Now the products are not in the order table, neither in customer table, it is in the order details table, and the common between order details and order is order ID. I have to mention that also. Then I got the product ID from this order details table. I want to get the product name, that is not in order details, so I have to go to the products table, and the common between order details and product table is product ID. I have to join that also. Then I can get the data from the respective table, because for product ID I have to get into from the product table only. I have given this product as name prod, so I'll say prod dot product name, customer dot customer ID, order dot order ID, company name, order date, freight, and phone number. Now to such a big query to get the data into the format what I want. But the thing is, all things make sense why I joined this table, because customer data I don't have in orders, product data I don't have in orders, product data I don't have in order details, so I have to join all this table. So does that make sense to everyone? Abhishek, Ranjana? Yeah. Hmm. See, okay. See, the thing is, when you said कहाँ से हमें join करना है, वो चीज़ नहीं कॉलम, मतलब एक head function की बात कर रहे हो, तो एक head function का फंडा है top 10 star from table name, so you can directly get. So it is kind of head function. Here you say top 5, so it will give you that head function kind of thing. Okay. Now this is just not the selecting the data. Once the person want you to get the data from the database, you need to know the database structure. There are two approaches. One, through diagram. Company need to provide you the diagram. So if you see here, it tells us there is an order which joins with the customer table, and this order table joined with the order details, and this order details joined with the product. I think someone came. Wait a second. Someone rang the bell. Wait a second. Sorry, I'm back. Okay, so with this diagram we can understand what is the relationship between two tables and the other tables also. Now see, if I want to select the product, I cannot directly select with orders and product, because there is no direct relation between these two tables. So what is common between these two tables is order details. So whenever there is a common between two tables, I have to follow the hierarchy. Order details, then I have to get from orders I have to get order details, and from order details I have to get the product. Now suppose you want to get the category of the product also, then if you see the product is not having category details, like category name into it, so again I have to go back to the, I think I just wrote it wrong position. So again I have to say join it with categories as cat. I give this as name. Then I will say prod dot category id should be equal to category dot category id, and then I want to select cat dot category name. So to get the category name also I have to join it with other table, because no other table has direct information. So suppose tomorrow a person asks like which customer has ordered product under which category. Now you see customer has no direct relationship with this category. What you have to do is you have to travel through all this table to get this category. Okay, now suppose I just want to select which customer has purchased under which category. Now I will remove everything other than category name and customer name. Okay, now what happens is this will give me a duplicate record if there are customer who has purchased multiple time in the same category. Now if you want to remove the duplicate, there is a clause named distinct. So what it will do is it will remove the duplicate one. Right now there is, okay, one duplicate was there I think. Okay, yeah, dairy product, this customer has purchased 2 times this dairy product, because this customer purchased this category in one product 2 times, 2 product the same category, so it duplicated. So now you have to remove it through distinct clause. But the main thing to understand is if there is no direct relationship between two tables, we cannot get the data directly. We have to travel across all the tables to get the data through that one, and this is the real world scenario. In all companies database will be like this only. A lot of companies, yeah.
Just sorry to interrupt. Just here, the data set what we are using right now looks like more organized.
Yeah.
Something where the path has been discovered. थोड़ा आपको पता है कि exactly कैसे complete segregation they can.
Yeah.
Now thing is that there was one data set I was looking at and I was not able to even imagine how to bring everything together.
Okay.
This is 2011 ka data and you must have seen.
No, I haven't seen.
This is 2011.
Okay.
So in that, they have given, they have collected data and they have broken the data into 5 different pieces.
Okay.
And there are many subcategories, subcategories within that, area-wise, state-wise, there are बहुत सारा segregation.
Okay.
One thing is that how to, that is something raw which is available in Excel or in CSV or whatever format.
Yeah.
You have to bring everything together and just draw this diagram.
Yeah.
So can you just sorry, you can do it later also. Look in the flow, because here data was a bit more organized. I think that flow chart was there from where to where.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't have anything.
Okay. Now to answer your question is one thing. When you are telling the data in Excel, so you are changing the source. This lecture is main on how to get data through SQL. First thing. Now the
Can we feed that data in SQL?
Yeah, that I told you. We can use the import directly. Okay. Also, if you want to schedule it, you can schedule it through jobs. That is a separate case. Okay. So feeding the data to SQL Server is a separate part, import and all. But the thing is, how to get data from SQL Server is only this SQL. Now, one thing you told is this is pretty organized. In reality, this is pretty organized because Microsoft is giving something, so they will give it organized only. Now, these things come in all companies. Right now, you can see two tables are joining it in between two. Like there is a order ID common between order details and order, and there is a customer ID common between customer and order table. In some places, they will rename this customer ID with CID. Okay, and you don't know like which this CID belongs to. That only few people know who are the developer. So when you have to start working on SQL database, when someone see I have been into reporting background, so I used to develop a report for business intelligence reports in my last company. So in that also I prepared one lecture and gave it to my junior, and the first thing was how to get the data is first you need to know whether data is there or not. Okay, even someone asks you give an order table and say which are the products here. So in this order table you cannot get the product. You need to know where I can find the product. He will say product table. The developer will say. Now you have to say what is common in between these two tables. He said like you have to go through order details. Then you will say, okay, instead of order ID he used OID. You have to ask like, what is this OID? He will say, no, OID is order ID in the other table. That all things need to get, you need to get information from the developer and create a map in your mind or on paper or anything. Then only you can work, because this is the real world scenario. In reality, maximum companies, maximum developer mess up with the data. They won't follow the naming conventions. You will face a lot of problem while getting the data. Okay, so the thing is, but you need to have this diagram either in head or either in paper or either in SQL Server to get the data. Till the time you don't know what is common between two tables, you cannot get the data. Yeah.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, there are two things, right? One is the diagram, and if the diagram is not provided,
Yeah.
in that scenario, what would be the solution?
See, best way to find an answer is question. The thing is, if see, this is a practical scenario. Like when I was in BI, that using to develop that reports, I was given a company database. There was the things which are messed up. In somewhere order ID is there, somewhere OID is there, somewhere ORD ID is there. So I cannot get that understand what this OID means, what this CID means, and all. So what I did was, I started to question the developer like what this OID means in this table. He said this belongs to order ID and it belongs to the order table. Then I just noted it down on paper or made a map in my mind, and later on I eventually know everything, so I was able to directly write the queries. But in the first sense, you need to get the information from the developer who are working on it. First best way is get into this database, expand this. Okay, let me show you again. Expand this diagram. It will say yes and no. Right click, new diagram, and add all the tables into this diagram. If all the tables connect with themselves easily, then you can easily, without questioning, you can find like this table join with this one. And if you will just click on this, right click, properties, if you go here, it will tell which are the columns which are linking up with which one, and all. If there is no diagram formation made, then you have to question the developer. Okay, because that is the only solution. Yeah.
And can we observe if the data is there? There is a lot of publicly published data. Say in economic data, on economic data side,
Yeah.
Fed releases a lot of data. In fact, our RBI releases a lot of data. So that is pretty organized data.
Yeah.
We know what that data means. But once that data is there, I'm sorry if I'm getting off track from what
No
we are
problem.
doing. So once that, so we have to calculate. So we need to create that diagram versus normally with the moment we upload that data, it will come in this form.
Okay, see, there are 2-3 kind of application in the world we do. One is like system applications, second is business applications. Okay, system applications come as antivirus, Word, Excel, and all, which are developed for not for one, they are developed for the community. The second comes as business applications. Okay, now the company who are using SQL Server will be the business entity. Okay, RBI may be using SQL Server, but when they are providing you the data, that is not your business data, that is someone else's business data, and that you are using in your you can say your work. Now the thing is, how like whether you need to get that data into SQL Server or not, that depends upon you. Whether you have to categorize or split the data, that depends upon you, because if you want to keep the
It is looking very good. When I saw that SQL Server of yours and the way data has come in,
yeah,
it is making it very handy. So cleaning of the data becomes very easy.
very easy, yeah, no doubt. Also, I have seen people in my last company, the people we used to work with, they were so good with the Excel, they used to ask the raw data and they used to assemble everything in Excel. So I have seen those people also, and also there are a lot of people who used to say like, get it in SQL Server so that I can query it anytime. Now suppose tomorrow you want to get the data which was published by RBI in 2001. Now if you have data in Excel, you cannot have one Excel having all the data, because Excel has limitation of 13 lakh records right now in 2016. Am I right? Right. But in SQL Server you can have, in this Express itself you can have 10 GB of a database, and 10 GB will mean at least 20, 30, 40 lakhs of records. Okay, more than that, even far more than that. Okay, even crore records can come in one table and it won't exceed 10 GB. Now if you are keeping the data for historical purpose, like tomorrow you have to query it again, so better to get it into the SQL. so that you can query it later. Like how, like suppose, okay, let us go into this order tables. It will cover Abhishek question also. Okay, now this is the data. All the orders are in 1916, so we have to get data from within 96 and all. So suppose you want to get the data where month was 7. Okay, irrespective of date, or okay, let us take it the date. Okay, where date order order date, so order date between, I say I want to get data in between and 05. Now if I query, it will get me the orders in between those two dates. Now this becomes very handy. Now if the RBI data you want to keep it for the historical purpose, so it is very difficult for you to navigate in between Excel files and you won't be able to remember it. Also, if someone mess up with your computer folder structure and so, that is also very difficult. So once you have the data in SQL Server, you can just in a millisecond you can get the data, what was the data of 2001. Now you can do by saying like 1996 01 01, and I want to get 1997. Why 1997 is because if you see there is a time involved. 00, these represent to hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds. So I am saying get the data from when 1996 started and when 1997 started. So started is midnight of 1997, so it will get me the data till 1997. So if I will say execute, so it will get me all the records between these two is complete here. Also, there are different ways of writing the same query. These are specifically when you are specifically mentioning the dates, or you can say where year of order date is 1997. So it will get me the data 1996. So the answer to your question is, if you want to keep historical data, then yes, you have to bring it in SQL Server. If you are just processing it once, then I think that headache you should do in Excel better, because then importing and exporting will be the most extra steps which you need to, because again you have to do some processing on Excel and also, so it will be like getting data back and forth. So if you want to keep the historical data, yes, SQL Server will have. Now the one thing I told you, that business application, RBI data is not your business application. You are getting the data, processing it in data and making business decision. What is your business data? You are in Paytm or you are in this Amazon store and all, and there are orders, millions and trillions of orders, and suppose as a data scientist you have been asked what are the product recommended to the user as per their like history of purchasing. Now that data will be always in databases that you have to query it out. Okay, at that place, that is the business data, Amazon original business data on which you have to do the you can say processing. You are not getting data from Amazon for that, you are working in that. So in that place SQL will help you, because there will be some database involved for sure. Okay, and also you must have heard of big data also, na, with data science, na? Now I will explain you what is big data in a small sense. Okay, suppose you have a folder, it is full of images. Okay, now you want to compress all the images. Suppose each image size is 100 MB, so you want to process the 100 MB image. If you will open in paintbrush will crash. Okay, because that big size paintbrush cannot handle, so you cannot do compression to paintbrush. So suppose you have a text file, it is of 15 GB, one text file. If you open in notepad, it will crash, so you cannot do in that one. So big data is any big data which is not traditionally can be compiled through your machine, for which you need a big you can say processor and all. So that is one concept of big data. And data in big data will always be denormalized. Denormalized means data will not be split, like the customer is having a different table and all. In big data usually they have all data all together. Big data is queried different way, and how that is executed, that is totally way. But the thing was, big data is alternative of SQL Server in one sense, is it can handle a large chunk of data. Okay, it can be like data can be remotely associated, like in India it will be there, in US it will be there, and then you have to join the data. So big data is kind of for big processing. And also if you see, all company who need data science for big data, with the data scientists with big data, is just to have one thing: they must know how to get data from big data. They don't want you to develop big data solution or implement any networking or anything into that, just how you can pull the data. And same way, why the SQL requirement is there, because 99% business are on SQL, so they just need you to pull the data instead of depending upon the developer. So in the big data also and SQL also, the main role of you is how to pull the data. Other than that, you are data scientist and you can perform the other thing. Yeah, tell me, Abhishek.
Yeah, so basically, it is necessary for us to learn big data, because I have been
See,
getting a suggestion from many people. They are telling me that it's better if you learn big data.
see, the people who are suggesting you, na, first ask them, have you learnt it? Because in India, na, it is very easy to get the advice. That is one thing. I am sarcastically saying it because everyone will say big data is coming up. One thing is there. First of all, big data cannot replace SQL Server and other things. The reason is, big data is a big application. You need big server, big you can say resources to manage it. So still, even if big data is coming everywhere, but still it SQL RDBMS, which called as Relational Database Management System, will be in market for next like 10 years, 10 20 years. After that, what is coming, that is a different thing. The thing is, they want you to have big data knowledge. First, SQL is mandatory. If you know big data, that is better. Okay, because the thing is, everyone cannot learn everything in first year of experience or 2 years or 10 years experience. Okay, and big data they want because they just want the people to have a cream. Tomorrow if they need a big data resource, they can pull you up, like you told in your resume, you know big data, now tell me. Okay, but the main thing is, even in big data, the main application you all need to learn is just how to pull the data. Okay, they don't want any technical side of big data from any of us. They just want we should be capable of pulling the data. Okay.
So Yogesh, I have another question, that if I have to change the position of order ID, that I want that order ID should come after customer ID.
That you can
How
do.
do we do that?
Yeah, that is very simple. Just change the order. Like you want to get this customer ID first, put it here, comma, nothing else. That is no specific thing is like here it is. The thing is, when we pull the data, now usually what people do is they pull the data as per the sequence. Like when the customer information is coming, it will come together, it is easy to look. Okay, now when they are pulling the order ID, then they will pull the amount and order ID all together instead of having in between customer and all. Now this is like how to represent the data. It doesn't mean how you are writing the query. Okay, now the thing is, order information are all together, customer information are all together, product and category are all together. So that is how you want to represent the data, but sequence doesn't matter. Okay, any question so far?
Is there any limitation on the number of columns it can handle, or it can
1024
10?
24, that is a pretty big range. Yeah. And also with SQL Server new versions are coming, they are increasing the limit also. I think 1024 has been now been changed to 3000 plus, I think, in SQL 2016. So it will keep on appending, and no one reached that limit for sure. That is totally, yeah. So, okay, now the tell me.
This last one small question.
Hmm.
The now thing is that if we collectively spool data for all central banks of the world,
Hmm.
because they are warehouse of data, but the data related to economies, it's been stored mathematically, published mathematically,
Yeah,
published
yeah,
mathematically.
yeah.
So if we bring in that data, why ask the limitation across column? Is that maybe terminologies or methodology involved in reaching a number can be can vary from one central bank to the central bank.
Yeah, yeah.
Because maybe different economic policies what they have.
Yeah.
So can that kind of data be bring in together in SQL Server, and then like the output what we are seeing right now, can it be generated?
see, one thing is, yeah, I understand your question, because that is very common. Okay, let me tell you a basic thing. See, what computer is called as, it is called as machine with zero IQ. Why it is called that one? Because we need to tell it what to do. Okay, if we know the steps what to do, this SQL or any other thing can reproduce it. Okay, that's what the automation is. Whatever you can do in steps, you can automate them all together. So it depends what are the data, how different they are in from each other, and how we can bring them together. Once we can do it in one place, like you can do in Excel, then we can do in SQL also. Okay, so the thing is, we need to know what are the steps, just that only. Okay, and the possibilities of those steps, whether we can do it in SQL Server or not. Okay. Okay, now coming back to the same topic. Okay, till now anyone has any questions? So here, Abhishek, we have used this order on the base of date. Here we have the IDs also equal to, here we used character also, where to get the data, and year function is there. The same way we have month function also, so we can get the month function also. So these functions are very important, because when you are specifically doing a task, a small mistake can mess up everything. Okay, now I will show you how a small mistake. If you see 1996 and you say I want to get 12th and 31st, I want to get the data for 1996 for complete year. So this will get me all the data, but it will be missing the order which were placed on 31st, because I am saying to get the data till the midnight when it the 31st started, because 00 is 12 in the morning. Okay, so the thing is, it will contain the data till 30th midnight. So when we are writing the query, we need to know how to do it. So how you can easily do it is by using this functions also. You can say year I want 1996, and I want to get the December data, so it will get me the December data. Okay, so when we are writing, we need to know these functions, which function to use where, but the basic are like how to query this, and also we can have multiple conditions also. That is also not a problem. Like suppose I want to get all the things, all the products where supplier ID is 5, supplier ID equal to 5, and also I want to get where category ID should be 4. Okay, so I can get the data. So these are the two products where supplier and the category is the same. Okay, so with AND we can do, or also is there, if we want to get all the data, all the products which are supplied by supplier ID 5, or their category should be 4. So this way we can get and or also. Okay, so this is one thing. And also suppose you want to say I want to get all the product where category ID should be either 4 or category ID equal to 5. Now if I have to put category ID 6 also, again I have to put or and or. So the thing is, I can use in, I will say in 4 and 5, because both the values are on same column. I can directly say it. If I want to add 6 also, I can say in 6. So it will get me all the data from 4, 6 and 5. Okay, so this is how like where condition works. Like we can have multiple conditions all together, we can have or and also we can club them together also, like with brackets. Brackets is solution for everything in Excel. When you have to write the functions, you need to write, when you are nesting the function, then brackets may play a main role. So that also you can do. Okay, so this was a basic introduction of how you are joining the tables, and how you are writing this where, how you are ordering the table, how you are using this row number. This is one of the common function which we use all the time, getting the row number, and this partition by, like whenever we have to reinitiate the row numbers. So this substring, upper, lower, these are basic operations. Now the thing comes aggregations. Okay, aggregation is I want to get the data of all customers and how much they have spent so far. I want to get the data. Okay, so I want to get the company name. Now how much they have spent I have to get through orders. So I have to say join customer with orders, because in orders table only I have the information of order placed by customers. So I will say join customer by customer ID equal to ord dot customer ID. Oh, I think I get on and customer ID. So I want to get the freight is the amount kind of thing. So now I want to say which customer has spent how much. Okay, order by company name. Now if you see, it will give me the duplicate value because this customer has placed 6 orders, so 6 values, but I want to sum them, so I will say sum. Okay, now once I am telling it to sum, it will give me the error. Okay, I will tell you why. Because I told him to sum the freight, but the thing is I didn't set on what basis, so I have to tell it group by company name. I am saying I want to sum all the orders and group them by company name. For each company I want to group them. So if I run it now I will get this customer has spent this much amount, this customer has spent this much amount. Okay, this is how group by is possible. Okay, is used. Did you get the basic operation, everyone? Gaurav, Ranjana, any question? Hello? I think someone is disconnected. Abhishek, are you there? Okay, I think they are listening. Okay, no problem. Okay, now is Gaurav there? Ranjana, are you there? Hello? I think they are mute, I think. Okay, okay, no problem. I will just continue. Okay, Abhishek, you are getting now. Okay, now one more thing. I want to get the customer, and also I want to get in which category he has spent, like what amount of, you can say, money. Okay, now to get into which category, I need to get which product, and then only I can get into which category. Now for getting the product, customer can only link to orders. Order has to link it with order details, and I will say on ord dot order ID with order details dot order ID. And now orders, if you remember, order details table will go to the product tables because it has product ID. Then I have to join this product order details table with the product table. On product ID equal to product ID. And now to get the categories, I need to join product with categories table. Now I want to get the category name also. Category name. Wait for a second. Okay, now if I will execute it again, it will give me error because I didn't told it to group by category also, because I said my question was I want to get the company how much amount they have spent in which category, so the grouping has to be happen on both of these places. So I will say I will to group all the amount spent within the by customer by each category. So if I will execute it again, so now I can find, okay, one more thing, order by customer company name. Now if I execute it again, I can get this customer and amount he has spent in which category. Is that clear? Hello? Okay. Okay. So this is one of the basic thing we have, like how we have to do the aggregation. Okay. Now we have this, you can say like sum. Now if we want to see in which category he has spent the max, I can say max also. like how much amount and all, like which customer has maximum, like when he spent the maximum of the order, you can say amount in which category. Again the grouping will come. Okay, maximum amount in which order he has spent. Okay, and one thing you are, I think disturbance is coming. Let me just mute. Okay, now see, when I am talking about max sum, there is minimum also, so min function is there, so average is also there. To get the average also, like I want to see what is the average this customer has been spending. Okay, so when we talk about average, maximum, summation, minimum, all means they are the summary. Okay, we are summarizing the data. When we say sum, we are, I want to get all the data, like sum of all the orders, then I'm summarizing it. When I'm saying average, then also I'm summarizing, summing everything and divided by the number of orders placed. So these all are called as aggregation operation. Whenever there is an aggregation operation involved, I have to use group by. Without that, it is not possible. Okay, aggregation is, you are you can say consolidating everyone. So what you are saying is, this customer has placed 10 orders. You are saying sum all the amount and give me only one value, like how much he has spent.
Aggregate function.
Yeah, R also we have this aggregate function, but the thing is, see, in this is, it is not one function here, it are group of functions. Like I want to get average. Now how average is got, like what is the average of this company spending. So what I will do is, I will sum up all the orders, then divide by number of orders placed. Okay, now if I am saying how much he has spent total, I will sum all the orders. So whenever I am summing up, those are all aggregation. I am aggregating all the values into one single value. Okay, so all the aggregation will contain group by, and what the values which will come in group by is by whom you want to group them. You want to group each company, so then you have to mention company name. Ranjana, you, yeah, tell me. Yeah, can't we do across? Can you repeat? Yeah.
So can we do it for all the companies, like for all the companies or one single?
Oh, yes, that is also do. We can do. Just you have to remove this company name, and then we don't require any. You can say group by, because when we are doing aggregation for everything, just sum. Okay. Okay. This is one basic thing. Now aggregation, when, okay, one more thing. Suppose now I got the company name and the amount they have spent onto the into my shopping cart. Okay, so I got it, but I am only interested into the customer who has spent more than $500. So now here I cannot put where, because this condition is on a summarizing operation, aggregation. So I have to use having here. Why here? Why having is because whenever you are summarizing anything, aggregating anything, then you need having. Means with group by, the column you have grouped, you need only having operator to do that for you. It's little bit confusing in the beginning, but later on you will get it. The thing is, when you are putting any condition on any aggregation of data, then having is important, and without group by you cannot aggregate the data. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, Abhishek, Gaurav. Abhishek, are you there? Okay, so I think this is a lot for today. You want to continue, because if I will continue, it will go all over the head. So what I will do is, I will share you the Northwind database backup. To restore is just you have to click on restore, go into the device, select the backup file wherever it is and click on OK. So it will automatically restore it for you. So for installation I will share you that video link. Better to follow that and install the database. And this querying thing I will share you the script also, so that we can do. And if anyone faces a problem in connecting SQL Server after installation, then just call me, not today, tomorrow, because I have lost my phone yesterday. So call me tomorrow so that I can come remote on your computer and fix this, like, and can show you how you can connect your SQL Server. Okay? Yeah.
Have you recorded this
Mm,
session?
hopefully, let's see. Okay.
Another question. That in the beginning you said that you are doing this on virtual machine. Can you explain the virtual machine and its relevance?
See, why I use virtual machine is a lot of softwares I do like use on trial, like Tableau. On that day we talked. Tableau has 14 days, I think, free trial. Okay, and yeah, and once Tableau is installed, you cannot install it again till the time you format your window. Okay, so what I do is I install the virtual machine, install it on that one. So once trial is over, I create one more virtual machine and install it on. So it's kind of that thing. So that's why I use virtual machine usually. Don't mess my computer with all of softwares, especially trials. So that's why. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, if there is any question and if you face any difficulty in installation, then also just call me tomorrow. Then tomorrow after coming from office, I can connect you. Okay. 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 Okay ji. Bye bye. Have lunch. Welcome ji. Okay. Bye.